Last week on MoneyFish.
Get in to the dock around 6, and the team is leaving with a 5 a.m. flight the next day to go to Orlando for iCast.
Got into Orlando. The team was there setting up the booth and making it look sharp.
We also had this momentum and this adrenaline rush of showing everybody how much we've grown between year 1 and year 2.
Everybody sees all the gadgets, the reels, the rods, day 1, and then day 2 is soft goods, so we'll be jammed up tomorrow.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hook that money fish.
I'm an angler, fish wrangler. I catch them no matter where they are, y'all. I go get them. Call me the line wetter. Big fish catcher, rockin' hook gear, ain't no one better. Lake to salt water, pond to big river. When I bait the hook, I always deliver. Only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hook that money fish.
Top water terror, bait cast a bandit. Deep sea demon, the fish can't stand it. Know that I'm coming, saltwater chumming. Largemouth legend, show up and catch him. There's only one thing always on my list. Wake up and hunt that money fish. Put your boat in, call your friends. It's about that time to go fishing again. Oh, I'm about to get him right here. Gonna take that thing. It's that money fish.
We on the hunt for that money fish. When we set that hook, we don't ever miss. One day this game is gonna make us rich, y'all. Climb on board, let's hook that money fish.
The team gets ready for day 2 at iCast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Skeet Reese, and this is the hottest, coolest booth in all of iCast right now. Hook Clothing they've topped it. If you walk around this booth and you see how much cool, new, innovative styles, looks that are coming to you in the fishing world, this is it. Look at the underwear. Oh my gosh. Look at it. Oh, wait. Black and yellow even.
Mark Davis with Big Water Adventures. I'm standing in the hook booth. I was standing here this same time last year. The only thing I can tell you is if you hadn't jumped on the wave, anybody's here, you can see by the people that are picking it up, the places that it is at retail, and all the people that you've got at this show, literally anybody who's everybody, has hook on and they're using hook. There's a reason for it. It's a phenomenal product. It's gaining momentum, and I'm glad to be here at iCast. You need to jump on board with the Hook Nation.
iCast.
Big time,
phenomenal, very humble, and what we experienced today was just amazing, and we continue to be blessed, and got a big day tomorrow, and we'll roll with it.
Another phenomenal day, packed as usual. Had some antics going on in the booth today. Good time, everybody's having a good time, everybody loves the product, right? We're about 1,000% better than we were a year ago, and a couple years from now we'll be 1,000% better than that, but it's awesome.
It's good.
Good stuff.
Since 6:30 a.m., I have not eaten a bite yet. I was able to go out of the booth twice to go to the bathroom. Today was a fantastic day. It's going to really make 2016 a big year. So it's things are really amazing right now. We're definitely pleased with the success, and we're looking forward to the future.
I am worn out. The 2015 iCast has been nuts. I mean, we've had people in this booth 24/7. I mean, we haven't even had time to get lunch. You know, that's what we want. That's what this brand's all about, is getting the industry here and checking out all the new product and everything that's coming out. You know, we think it's some of the best in the business. I'm worn out. I'm ready for a beer and bed.
Knocked the bottom out of it today, man. Just big accounts coming in, backing the truck up, big orders. Product reception still great. Brandon Polinick scaring people as a little midget model. I mean, just out of control fun, and big day. You know, it's working. So tomorrow, it's a short one. We're gonna hit it hard, and then we're gonna wrap a bow on this thing and get out of here.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
Fish on! Come on, get together.
Hey! Good job!
Yeah, right.
The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
The Hook team traveled to Ocean City, Maryland for the Big Fish Classic.
The Hook Performance Fishing Big Fish Classic. And this is our first title sponsor event. Really cool format. It really takes it back to old school Ocean City where the biggest fish on the dock wins. And we weren't going to do it without having a boat in it. So the 37 Freeman comes up for the first time to Ocean City. And not only first time on the boat and fishing a tournament, but we're going to do an overnighter. So overnighter in the center console. You know, who knows what's going to happen.
Boom. Everyone's on jets. Everyone's in trucks. We're flying. We're getting up here. And, you know, that's the first week back is getting ready. Not only the craziness, dealing with the craziness of iCast, but getting a fishing team ready to roll. Baits, lures, rods, dredges, respooling, checking drags. I mean, fixing boat parts, electronics. I mean, it's just, that's what it's all about. And we got up here, and of course there's some issues, and John Duffy came up to me, and I'm stressing because I'm OCD about everything, that nothing's working right, and it's you know, we need to get this together. And his advice was, it's a boat. That's what it is. It's what it happens. And man, we had a team come together and put everything back together and make everything right, and boom, we were ready to go. So we're doing a little redneck engineering here at the day or two before the tournament. And we're gonna be changing some plates, doing some maintenance, and hopefully get her in the water and get ready.
This is your typical day of working on a boat. You spend, for every day of fishing, you spend 3 days fixing. Every boat breaks nonstop. That's what they do. Whether they're sitting or running, they break.
Finally got the boat in the water. A lot of things going on, a lot of things happening. It's the craziness of coming off of iCast. Getting rigged up, got her going. We're gonna fuel her up, pull the tanks fully loaded. They'll test run tomorrow, and then here we go. It's time for the Big Fish Classic.
The Big Fish Classic is a 32-hour tournament for the heaviest fish out of the Atlantic. Doesn't matter what species it is. It's something that everybody can participate in. Anybody can touch the rod. You don't have to know anything about fishing. You can go hire a charter. It's great for the town, great for fishing, and we just thought it would be an awesome idea.
This is an old school tournament. I mean, it is biggest fish wins. It doesn't matter if it's a shark, if it's a swordfish, it's a tuna. I mean, it's going retro. So the Big Fish Classic, the way it's laid out is you can pick two 32-hour windows. You can either fish the first one or the second one. And this is a tournament designed to have an overnight aspect to it. And that's really cool because the sea comes to life at night, and it's way different fishing, 67, 100 miles offshore during the day than it is at night. And this is a combination of both. And, this was a title sponsor tournament by Hook, and we were fishing in it. So we really wanted to do well. But, it's one of those things. We got up here, the boat was ready. We're about to make it happen. And we're going to run an overnight for 32 hours. And we're pumped. We've never done it before in that boat. We've never done it really up here without some of our buddies in the big boat. So this is the first time of, do it yourself.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
We torture our lights so you can rely on them in the real world. Rigid Industries has created the world's toughest LED lights, now available for your boat. Start seeing the difference. Rigid Industries.
The Nomad system is engineered to help you get back to the basics. Integrated assembly. Silver Z scent suppression system. Industry-leading scent reduction technology. Each piece is modular, but can stand on its own. Expanding gussets in the outer shell give you freedom of movement in the early season, but allows you to expand the foul weather system in winter. Nomad provides technical clothing built by hunters for hunters.
All right, so day one, Big Fish Classic. We're shoving off. Line's in at 7. It is 5:45. Just a lot to get ready to take this boat out for this style of fishing for the first time. So running late. We're going to use all 1,200 horsepower on the way out, burn up some dinosaurs, and I think we'll still get there for lines in. So heading to Baltimore today. We had a good day there yesterday pre-fishing, but for white marlin, doesn't do us any good in this tournament. But some people saw some blue marlin, hoping on a big eye bite at night, and see if we can get it done. We're excited. It'll be a beautiful ride out. I mean, we've got flat, calm weather for an overnight trip. Doesn't get any better in the center console. So hopes are high now that things have kind of settled down, and we can get the fishing. One of the issues we had for Big Fish Classic was we were just short on teammates. I mean, we went from initially we were going to fish the Spanish Fly and the Freeman, and it became evident pretty quickly that was not going to happen. Jason Hart's in Africa chasing critters. Doc was on vacation, and forget about fishing 2 boats. Now we got to fill 1. So we had Scott Cothran come up from Freeman Boatworks, and a good friend of ours, Josh Artist from the Keys, come up to really just help us get the boat situated. It was not set up to do this type of fishing. He had done it in the past, so it was more of like, we know we're going to have to do a lot of work during the time, whether it's answering emails or visiting folks or whatever. We really needed somebody that was going to be on point. Let's get the dredges right. Let's get the spreader bars right. Let's get everything dialed in, baits and all that. So we're not up till 5 in the morning right before we leave. And man, couldn't have been happier the way he stepped up and jumped right in and fit in with the team.
We get out there And, you know, we're still trying to dial everything in. We're trying to get the baits right, trying to get the hooks right, trying to find the location for the fish, trying to figure out what we're actually fishing for, because the format of the Big Fish Classic is so much different than, say, a White Marlin Open. A White Marlin Open, you're basically focusing on one type of fish, but you're not limited to that fish. The Big Fish is, you need to catch the biggest fish you possibly can. So we need to figure out what's biting, where is it biting, and what are we actually going to go after.
Started putting around the fleet, trying to get a feel for it, and found some whales about an hour and a half into it, and really just started trolling around them, marking a ton of bait, and then lo and behold, we get a bite. Billfish came up on the teaser, popped that. Everybody started paying attention finally, and we got lucky. He kind of came up and hung himself on a big tuna bait with a circle hook. Didn't eat it right, but we got him. So, you know, started off in the right direction. I think, you know, catching billfish during, you know, basically big tuna tournaments is our forte. Not going to win any money, but we're having fun. You know, it was a furious bite, but it was just an angry white marlin, and you know, all hell broke loose. Clip pops, we're fighting him on a 50, but it was really the first time as a team on that boat, trying to figure out how it's going to maneuver, getting up to that fish, getting the leader, and then sending it back in. But you know, things are looking up. It's 9:30. We're on the board.
Your choice of fishing apparel can make or break your day out on the water. Added mesh vents for superior breathability. Moisture transport cooling technology to keep you dry and comfortable. And antimicrobial to keep you from smelling like your catch. With added SPF to keep you protected. We've added stain release to keep the blood or any other stains at bay. Our most technologically advanced fishing shirt for all the necessary dirty work.
This is performance, from the first fish to the last.
Well, it's the lull of the day, and we want a little bit of excitement, so we are creating our own excitement. We're gonna go make a 30, 40 mile move and set up for tonight's game plan. Some big eyes, hopefully, and maybe some sharks.
Not much going on here today. I mean,
got lucky, had the white marlin bite, got lucky enough to catch it. There probably will be a fight here this afternoon. It's, you know, there's a lot of bait around. Some of the boats are clearing out, but most likely a white marlin bite. You know, we're hoping to get tuna, blue marlin, something to you know, weigh. So we're gonna head out. We're gonna go to Washington and spend the night there. We know they live there. There'll be other boats there, but we're gonna give it a shot. The rest of that day really consisted of us finding bait. Man, we had acres and acres of skipjack tuna just busting everywhere, and there was just so many of them. I mean, there could have been 100 blue marlin under them, and that was the vastness of this thing would have been such that it would have been really hard to even get one of them to bite. I mean, they had so much to eat there, and we trolled around it for 2 or 3 hours before, you know, really finally pulling the plug and decided that, you know, we're going to do something different tonight. We're going to the Washington. We know the big guys live there. We know where they live. The whales are there. You know what to do. It's just a matter of navigating around the fleet. So we picked up and we bugged out of the Baltimore. We're running 60 miles to the Washington for the evening.
Our game plan was to run out and find some fish, and that's what we did. We ran out to the Baltimore and started looking for fish, and just couldn't find what we were looking for. You know, the spread we had out for this one was designed for big eyes and blue marlin. You know, we were targeting a big fish. A week before that, we caught a 450-pound blue marlin. So, man, we were thinking we've done it once, so there's a possibility we can do it again. And our spread was designed for that, and we looked and looked and looked. We got one white marlin the first day, but it just didn't feel good about where we were. So we went from one canyon and ran all the way down to the Washington. Transferring canyons mid-trip is pretty interesting, but it's the thing we can do on that Freeman. I mean, it carries enough fuel and it's fast enough where if we didn't feel good about where we were in the Baltimore Canyon, we could run to the Washington Canyon where we knew there was whales, we knew there was bait, and we knew there was big eyes being caught. And we ran 60 miles from the Baltimore to the Washington and got in the canyon and started big eye fishing.
A little slow, had a couple bites here and there, and then we were on our way here, and we ran into some other action and got a couple bites out of that, but nothing landed. So packed up and booked it down here, made it here pretty quick, and now we're setting up for the evening. We're gonna have a long night, but we're gonna have a lot of fun, and we're gonna catch some fish and make it happen.
So I've been on overnighters before, and you know, it's a unique experience on the water. Every light, no matter how close or how far, looks like it's 100 yards away. And it's really hard when you get trolling in a fleet, which we were gonna have to do, to really navigate your way through that. So, you know, fortunately we got down there a little bit earlier, about 7:30. We're gonna have time to get a feel for it, get there for that evening or early evening bite, and get after those big eyes. And you know, we were fortunate. There wasn't a ton of boats there. You know, it gave us a reason to feel confident that we were gonna be able to troll all night in that fleet and try to pick one off.
It's a long time on the water, and we're doing an overnighter, and we're trolling the big eye hole over and over and over again, looking for this one fish. And you know, that night we didn't have much luck. You know, we trolled to about midnight. You know, you're staying moving at night, so we're running the FLIR night vision to see the other boats. I mean, there's 50 other boats doing circles around you in the pitch black. I mean, it's pretty nerve-wracking. And then, you know, everyone kind of shuts down around midnight to relax, get some sleep, but drift fish. And you know, it was amazing to see the underwater lights. We had schools of bait, squids, dolphin, mackerel. We had a shark come up into the lights. We had a big eye come up into the lights, but just nothing would eat our bait. And this is a team effort. I mean, you have half the crew resting, then the other half is up, and then you keep flip-flopping to keep everyone healthy and keep everybody awake, and your eyes on the rods and trying to make it happen, trying to find these fish. I mean, you are literally floating in the middle of the ocean at night. I mean, it's pretty crazy, but you know, your buddies are out there with you. There's other boats in the area, and that's, you know, everyone's looking for the same fish. You're just hoping it's going to be your turn and you're going to get them.
And what are you going to do? How do you sleep out there under the stars? I mean, step one is like, you know, just pray for some good weather. because not being able to see what the seas are doing at night is going to be ugly. And then 2 is just, you kind of have to do it in shifts. People loaded up on the bow, piling in the bean bags, and then the rest of the crew kind of run the boat. And then for us, it was about 1 a.m. It was shift and switch roles, and that's how we did it. Fortunately, the weather worked out, and we figured out a way to do it. And would have much rather been in a 60-footer that night for sure, but we made it work. The weather was great, and day 1 of that tournament, making it through the night, waking up, no issues, I'd call it a success.